Hey you guys, PJD here. I hope you're all doing well. This is going to be a quick video on this little baby right here. I did tell you before Black Friday, it came in this little blue satchel, that I was going to pick up some vitamins, and specifically I was interested in the vitamins from the Curls brand, and I believe she had a 50% off sale. This is her Blissful Lengths Liquid Hair Growth Vitamin, and the great thing about this particular vitamin is because it comes in the liquid form. It says it absorbs 98% of the vitamins in your system versus 20% from a pill. So you're supposed to get faster and better absorption of all of these wonderful nutrients. Here are the ingredients listed here, as opposed to the 20% that you get from ingesting a pill. Okay, so good stuff, right? And it also promises no breakouts right there. So first things first, this is priced at $25. I can tell you that I've already seen it at Target. I think it was supposed to come in Target as of February, but I have seen it already a couple weeks ago, January, in Target, and it was priced at $25.99. So I don't know if it was not supposed to be on the shelf and it was already there, but I've seen it. They come in boxes, not in these satchels. It was in a yellow box. So anyhow, it was there in Target. You'll probably see it at other Targets springing up soon. So anyway, I'd already picked mine up during the Black Friday period, and let's just break it down like this. It's a 2-week supply for $25. I've taken not hair vitamins, I've taken just regular vitamins in the past in the liquid form, and the taste I felt was better. I wish something more had been done with the taste. It does not taste like blueberries, as I know some of you were hoping for that. It doesn't. It tastes medicinal, but again, it's not so bad that it's like, oh, I can't take this. You can take it. Throw it down the hatch. Move about your day. Don't concern yourself with the taste. Just dump and go. But I'm just letting you know, don't expect this like fruity, delicious vitamin. No. Okay, it tastes like medicine. Okay, so that's that. Next thing, $25 for a 2-week supply. So for the month, if you want to do all, let's say 4 weeks in a month, right? So you want to do 4 weeks, you're going to go through 2 bottles of this, which means you're spending $50. Okay, so I don't know how that sits with you. I know that in terms of price, there are other hair, skin, and nail vitamins that come at a much cheaper price point and will give you more than a month's supply, but it's also in pill and or gummy form, so you're not going to get that absorption that they speak of with this liquid vitamin, right? So you have to think of those things as well. I'm going to tell you about my 2-week experience because I suspended use of this product after the 2 weeks because I felt like I absolutely did break out. Typically my skin is rather normal, where I have just hormonal, just typical breakouts that will come from time to time, but otherwise it's, you know, pretty even keeled when it comes to breakouts. But during this 2-week period in particular, I had some persistent, larger than life bumps, and it wasn't like I had tons of them. It would be like one, so you know, so 2. Why did I say 1? Okay, so like it would just be a few, and like when that one would finally go, because they took longer than that 2-week period to really die down and go away, and this is with me like actually treating it with other products to make it go away. So they took longer to go away, which is why I said they were persistent, and they were larger than I typically get stuff on my face. So I attribute it to this because I said this was like the only new thing that I had introduced to my system. But you know what? Things happen. It could have been, who knows what? It could have been a reaction to something I ate. Who knows? Who knows? There could be a host of reasons why that came. So I'm not going to say specifically that it was this. But here's what I am going to do on February the 1st. I'm going to start with this bad boy again. This is a fresh new bottle. I'm going to take it. I actually have a month's supply left because all the other bottles I have given away. All the other bottles are done. But I decided to let me just hang on to 2 more bottles. This one and the other one that I have, because again, it's a 2-week supply. So get me through the month. And just see if those bumps come back after the first 2 weeks or during that first 2-week period, then I will know it's this. And then I just need to suspend use of this product. My sister, on the other hand, loves it. She's always had better skin than I have in terms of like breakouts and stuff like that, but she feels that her skin is like in the best place ever, and like it's prevented breakouts. Like she really feels like even hormonal things she hasn't experienced to the same degree that she normally would, which is really not much anyway. But she feels like this has really just forget hair. She's not even looking for this for hair. She's just like, this keeps skin great. And she's of course internalizing, taking in her vitamins. I have been on a vitamin hiatus, but again, February 1st, I will be back to taking vitamins. I'll just see if this is the thing that is really breaking me out. If it is, I will not use this again. My sister can take the remaining bottles. If it does not break me out, then I'll know that it was just something else going on during the month of December, and I'll continue using this and be able to tell you about hair growth. So let me tell you about the hair growth piece right now. 2 weeks, was I able to see like, oh, something is really happening within those 2 weeks? I would say no. Like any hair growth, I've never had a problem with my hair growing. So any growth retention was the issue. But anyway, seeing the growth was not like, oh wow, it must be these vitamins, because usually I don't experience growth. No, I always experience growth. But here's the interesting thing. After I stopped taking this, I was done with that bottle, which there's just a little bit more. So instead of saying you get a 2-week supply, 14 days, you really get like 15. So it's like 2 weeks in a day. So instead of, so after I finished that first 2 weeks, the 2-week supply, I can tell you that I felt like there may have been increased growth, but again, I had stopped taking, I was done with that bottle. So I was not, I was not going to say that, oh, it's because of that, but was it still somehow, it had not been expelled from my system and it was having some sort of effect because my system was now being reintroduced to vitamins? Could be. And then because I saw the 2 weeks after that followed, so let's say over the course of the 4-week period, the 2 weeks when I was taking the vitamins plus the 2 weeks that followed, I did see, I could feel that this was new growth, even though my hair, of course, it's natural, but you can feel that, how you feel that new section that comes in even coilier and curlier than what was already on your head. So that felt like new growth to me. And of course, pulling the length, I would see a difference. So there was hair growth during the month, but our hair typically grows every month anyway, half an inch. I just felt like I got a little more than half an inch. But as I said, hair growth wasn't the issue with me. So I could experience more than half an inch normally, not every month, but I'm just saying it wasn't so outstanding in the growth department that I was saying, oh my goodness, it must be this, forget my skin, I'm gonna take this. So it wasn't that drastic of a difference in terms of growth, but I saw a little something. Now, was that my normal one or normal hair growth pattern or not? I can't say for certainty, but I will be very mindful, especially if I get to the point where I can take this for 1 month, both bottles, then I can really track and see, okay, this is not usual growth that I receive. This is something more than that. So I would love to be able to see if it actually does that. I just can't attribute what I experienced in the month of December to this entirely, as well as the bumps. I can't entirely attribute it to this. More testing is needed because after 2 weeks, I can't just say that, okay, it remained in my system. No, the vitamins at some point are supposed to leave, right? But why does that sound like a Scooby? But anyhow, it's at some point, working on your system, but then, the vitamins move along and you expel it, or definitely you expel excess and stuff like that. So just as I'm not going to attribute the bad to it, I can't attribute all the good to it, which not all the good, but the good of that extra little hair growth, or what felt like extra little hair growth. But maybe it was a standard half an inch, and maybe my mind is just saying, oh, it's a little bit more because I knew I was taking this in the earlier portion of the month. I don't know. So I say all that to say the month of February, the 1st, I'm going to start these again and we will see how it goes. Have you been taking these vitamins or this particular bottle of vitamin? If you have, let me know your experience with it. I'm so curious to see. Who knows? But as for the skin, as I told you, my sister loves it and feels that it's really helped and made her skin so much better. For me, I thought it made my skin worse, but we'll see. We will see during the month of February. So I'll come back if anyone is curious for a recap, or I'll do on the TechSpeaks blog, whatever, just to kind of give you an update on what this has done to me during the month of February. And again, if I notice that ooh, this is giving me crazy hair growth, but it's making my skin break out. Done. Done. Hair is not worth the skin for me, because again, I said the hair grows, right? So it grows at, you know, the normal rate or whatever, sometimes maybe a little bit more depending on diet and exercise and other factors. But so yeah, so I'm not going to risk this for this. Ain't gonna happen. So anyway, so that's it right now for my initial kind of review or recap. I don't really know what that was, but my intro to the Beautiful Bliss Lengths. I just butchered the name, but Blissful Lengths liquid hair vitamin, and we'll see how it goes next month. So I will talk to you all soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.